Start the Unity Pro program by double left clicking on the icon on your desktop. Be careful not to double click more than once because it will start up another version and you will have problems saving your programs. The Unity Pro program starts up with a blank screen. Across the top you will see a menu bar. Underneath is a toolbar. Most of the things on the toolbar are duplicates of what's in the menus. Down near the bottom is a status bar, and above it is an output window which gives you warnings when you're building your program. To start with, we're going to open up the Part 1 which you downloaded from the eCampus site. So select Part 1 from the Unity Pro menu. Click Open. The program's going to load in. Okay, on the left hand side here we have the project browser. On the right hand side is the blank screen where all of our programs are going to be displayed. Notice that there's a new toolbar has been added. Depending on which screen we've got on or open, our toolbar is going to change. If we look inside the project browser, we can see in the configuration, I've already set up a standard PLC, which is similar to the ones in the labs. So we have a power supply, a CPU, digital ins, digital out, analog in and analog out. We don't need to worry about setting up the PLC because that's already been done for you. Now halfway down the page under Program and Tasks and then Masked, just open that up. We've got sections and SR sections, which stands for subroutine sections. Further down the page we've got some operator screens. Those operator screens we're going to use to test our programs. So we can resize these so that they will fit on our screen. So we've got some buttons to represent our input switches, and we've got some lights to represent our outputs. So when we're testing our program, we're going to use the simulator. We're going to use these simulator buttons and operator screens to test our programs. So we don't actually need a real PLC to do this. Let's just shut that off. Now, because we're using these operator screens, each of these inputs has a specific name attached to them, and same with the outputs, which means that for them to work we need to use variable names which I've already put into the program, and that's a list of the ones here for this particular program that we're using. So these are the ones we're going to be using for Part 1. Just close that, we don't need to look at that at the moment. And down here in the bottom line, that's our status bar. If it disappears any time, we can find them up here, so I can remove that if I want to. But it's good to have it on because it shows us how our program is working. There's also an output window, and that will enable us to see any error messages that the simulator will give back to us with our program. The project browser, if it's taking too much space up on your screen, we can remove it by selecting Tools, click on Project Browser, and then we've got a bit more space. To get it back, we just go Tools, Project Browser, and it comes back. Also, you can get rid of the output window by clicking on the hide button. And if you want to get that back, we just go to View, output window. Now, depending on which screen we've got on, like I said before, our toolbar here will change, and this particular screen is for the operator screen, which I've already made for you. To get these to work, we're going to push F7 or go up here to Services and enable variable modification. Notice how the toolbar has changed now that we're on a different screen. Because we've got more functions that we're going to be having. All of these, when you open up these menus, we've got access to a range of different options that we can choose. The ones that are greyed out are ones that we can't use at this point in time. The ones that are in black we can use. So I'm going to be mainly focusing on the menus, but as I mentioned, a lot of these are duplicated on the toolbar, and if you want to know what they are, you just hover over them and a little tooltip will come up to tell you what it is.